playing from there. Maybe he will later on. But for now, it's Fnatic on the CT side. 4 M4s, the sniper onto JW, playing in the connector position for the time being, and you can see he's been boosted up as well.
Yeah, Fnatic taking this very slowly for sure, just really trying to see how Gambit wants to play this. What is the pace of their T side? There's a lot of information to be gathered in that sense here for Fnatic, so they don't want to get too aggressive too soon. Rather, it's better to test Gambit's offense, and should Gambit decide to go for a set-piece execution onto the A site, which is quite likely usually, and again, that would be a test for Gambit. Okay, how well is this going to work for us against one of Fnatic's setups, and the same for Fnatic. They get to test out, okay, how well are we holding these pushes, because it's one of the most common strategies you'll see, and you can see that Fnatic aren't giving up any picks or looking for any picks really, so Fnatic are running the clock down and forcing Gambit essentially to go for this set piece at some point, but there's only 30 seconds left and they still haven't got the bomb, and they're not really in position to attack just yet. It's just Zeus who's in a forward position. The rest of the team needs to get to the bomb site quickly, James. There's only 20 seconds left.
Yeah, they played the slow game and it really hasn't worked out. They were looking maybe for an opening, but there's an opening. JW kicking things off towards the A site, and that's the bomb from 14 seconds. What do you even do, Gambit? You go for the save in this situation. It's going to your left, picking up an M4. Can he get any damage done? Any more damage? Doesn't seem so. Apparently Gambit had a hard read that they would get an entry, maybe because of Zeus's position they waited, but it ended up being a wait that was too long. Nobody came.
I do really like that idea from Gambit too, because perhaps you could be in this situation where maybe a team like Fnatic, you could maybe see them getting a bit antsy if there's a lot of time, that's being killed on the clock. Maybe they want to see some action. Maybe they will overextend somewhere. But credit to Fnatic, holding their nerve completely, very composed, very disciplined. They had a game plan, an idea of how to approach that round. They stuck to it all the way to the end. And to see Crim's already getting a trio of frags, that's a very good sign for Fnatic, the rock of the team perhaps.
Look at the difference now. JW, last round he was over towards connector. A nasty surprise from his boosted position, and now he finds himself towards B. So it looks like JW is going to be all over the place, and Fnatic are going to try and keep him as unexpected as possible. And I think normally you would expect him around the IB position, but it's Olofmeister for now. Gambit with 2 players going for the running jump. Maybe in case there's a second door, something they'll need to identify as this round proceeds. 1 minute 10 for Gambit.
Interesting that there's 3 players around Ali here for the Fnatic side at the moment. Well, there was 3. Now there's still, having 2 players there is still quite a lot of attention put onto that position. Looks like they might be thinking of making a play here to try to retake this position and gain some information in the process. Olofmeister making life very annoying. Again, if Gambit were to try to go for this triple-pronged attack onto the A site, to play aggressively like Olofmeister just did, putting a forward smoke down there, really slows Gambit down and delays their timing, because they want to come in with everybody at once, and Olofmeister sat here holding them off. But we've got Hobbit there making a kill towards Inner. That should go a long way here, and it's going to cue another play coming in as Flush is able to defend there. Very important for Fnatic, but again, 25 seconds left, and the bomb needs to make its way to that A site.
Bomb around E-Box, and Fnatic have read that it's going to be an A play. Crims is around with JW as well. 2 kills for JW's bomb is on the floor. Caught with his knife out, but the time is with Fnatic. 3 versus 1 now, as Zeus wonders what could have been in this round. Trying to escape, he won't be allowed to. Another kill, 3 kills for JW, and that's a good start for Fnatic. JW is rotating everywhere. He's played in 5 rounds, he's been in connector, he's been over towards B and rotated towards the IB position, and then back on the bomb train. JW is all over the place, and that's going to be hard for Gambit to deal with.
And the one thing that could be worrying for Gambit now is whether Fnatic are able to essentially get in their heads and read what kind of pace they're going to run, because we just saw a bunch of slow rounds that really did not work out for Gambit. So Fnatic have to be expecting fast play now, because Gambit have to change something. So I wouldn't be too surprised if Fnatic do alter their setup to account for that. But of course here they understand that Gambit can't have too much but pistols, but maybe pistols is all that's required. Adren with a great shot there, as Flusher dead, but how much more can they really get out of this?
The numbers game towards the B bomb site. Flashbangs will force Dennis from his position, and the bomb's going to go down. Adren with another kill. He's the only person though with a really strong gun at the moment. There is a P15 play, but Adren with the Deagle has to do more. Hobbit doses taken down. No rifles for Gambit to collect. All their kills have been long range, and Fnatic will return in kind of the long range kills, leaving Mo alone, looking for a flank. But Olofmeister had to read on it. The Glock was never going to get done much done in that situation. Fnatic prevailed. Some flashy kills, but the round goes the way of the Swedes.
And the crazy thing is, the amount of damage they did, again, the 2 kills with the Deagle, that's actually, if you consider the investment, like you said, there was only one good weapon actually as far as the pistols were concerned, and they got 2 kills on the bomb plant. That's actually an insanely good result for Gambit. And now the score is all tied up, 3 to Gambit, 3 to Fnatic, and we get the buy in once again. We've got Mo on the AWP. Now this is the interesting situation. Will we see Gambit change the pace? Will they go for a very fast play? That is what I'll be looking for here in this round. We've got double off for Fnatic, mixing things up there. Mo unable to find a quick pick there from the team main area.
Interestingly, Gambit were looking out for a potential second AWP in a previous round when they lost one of their own, and now the nasty surprise is here. There are flashbangs for this position. JW, I think he gets a kill there 9 times out of 10, but not on this occasion. Dennis is going to be a nasty surprise for Dota, drawing his gun very late. Free kill for the Swedes.
And you can see Gambit are trying to go fast into B, but then that forward frag from Dennis really creates a horrible situation, because now they have to adapt. They can't just force the play. Now that Fnatic have the information, they've got that first pick, they've got the rotation in. So it's back to the drawing board in this round for Gambit, and not only are they back to the drawing board, they're doing so with 1 player less. So it's going to be very tough for them to get in here, and they don't have a huge amount of grenades either, so this will be quite the struggle for Gambit. And Fnatic with those double ops, it's very scary.
Olofmeister has gone for his second push through Ivy of the round. This time it will yield a kill onto Mo. Gambit are looking very disorganized at the moment. They don't seem to know what they want to do. So they've had one issue, and now they're in a really nasty situation where they've got no map control, and they're trying to re-establish it. And now the bomb is on its own with 30 seconds remaining. 2 players towards the B bomb site. They don't have the personnel to fake in this situation. So JW and Dennis will duel with them on the B bomb site. Dennis taken down, but JW finally getting the close range kills towards B.
A great little player getting out of harm's way with the flashbang. JW still causing huge problems there on the bomb train. Cravens will pick up the kill onto Adrena Zeus now. There's nothing really much he can do with 10 seconds left and an AWP and no friends to play off of. So again, just as you say, Gambit, they kept trying to make plays here, and Fnatic with their aggressions have been so well timed, able to just be in the heads of Gambit, just get the right player in the right position, get that bit of information, get that pick off. It has to completely change the round for Gambit. Fnatic reading it really well, understand where to take the next aggression.
It seems like a false start for Gambit.
Yes, absolutely. It's the initial approach is not panning out so well at all.
Ignoring the pistol, it's 4-0 to Fnatic.
Oh, surely
at the moment in the business part. What do you see, Dan? What's going on?
Do we have 3 orbs? We have 3 orbs on Fnatic, James. The triple orb special.
It is Train. Train must be the most viable map in the map pool at the moment to have 3 orbs on. That is quite the change. So Gambit, they don't have the money. This is a buy between the buys for Gambit, and they're heading towards maximum loss bonus. Zeus dying after time has got nothing in the bank, but the point is, Gambit have enough to cause problems to Fnatic. They've got smoke grenades as well. If they get into close quarters, then those 2 M4s are going to have a lot of work to do. These kind of rounds can really fall apart for a team with more than 2 sniper rifles on their side, but most of the time it does work out. We'll see how it works on this occasion. It seems it will be the execute into the A site. We saw Cloud9 have some nice counters to this play. We'll see if Fnatic have picked that up, or if they've got other ideas.
And they should be expecting this as well. You can see JW's got a great angle here. You can look over the smoke. That flashbang was perfect there, able to cover the approach from Adren, but that's not good enough. JW still on top of things, but the bomb will make its way quickly towards B. A very cheeky fake coming in here from the Gambit side, and this works. It's given them a plant, but Dennis needs to be on his mark as well with the AWP. JW indeed will be falling victim to the close range of that Tech 9 from Hobbit as he starts to push the issue around the train. Another frag all of a sudden. Oh my goodness, Hobbit with 3, and there's problems now here for Fnatic. A 2 versus 2, as suddenly we get Crims answering back, but Dozier, he's had so much time to position here. Will Fnatic read this?
Olofmeister has 1 HP. Dozier, there's opportunities for him. They could go for a smoke defuse attempt. There's tons of utility here for Fnatic, and it's Olofmeister with 1 HP to try and defuse the bomb. It's not going to work out. Is there time for Crims? It's going to be a close one, Dan. It's going to be a close one, but I think they just might do it.
Oh my God!
You heard the beat there. You heard the beat, and you know, before the round started, we spoke about how you can have problems with three AWPs, but I don't think that was necessarily the issue. Fnatic had a full 5-man rotation into A. 2 Gambit players made it into P with no one there to defend it whatsoever. There was no one there.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's so funny because Fnatic, who have so far been predicting Gambit, I think, quite well. I think, as you say, James, they thought they were absolutely convinced it was going to be just an A commitment. So such a smart timing for a fake there from Gambit. Perhaps that can bounce them back into this one, as you pointed out, is Fnatic with all the momentum until that round. So it could be quite the turning point here. We have Gambit just taking some early map control, but being fairly passive, perhaps afraid that Fnatic might decide now to throw in a spanner to the works and get some aggression going on early. But Fnatic still playing quite passively overall, and their aggressions on the CT side have been very measured.
That round has annihilated the money of the CT side. Gambit, opportunity knocks for them, but the first task for the Gambit side is to do something before there are 30 seconds remaining, and that hasn't been happening in these rounds. There's been a lot of waiting around, and then yes, you will wait for the CT utility to be used. But look at this, there's a minute on the clock. There are 3 smokes here for the CT side. GW doesn't get an engagement on that occasion, but Crims definitely will do. Around the pop, 2-man spray down for him, looking for the third. He's seen the bomb though. Indeed, it's going to be another full rotation from Fnatic. Olofmeister for 2k with the AWP. Only Dozier remains. Not enough damage done by Gambit.
Awesome defense there from Fnatic, and one thing that's also really amazing from Gambit is these flashes of theirs. They have obviously drilled the hell out of these offensives, because we saw JW there. He's got an aggressive deep angle. Looks like it's going to catch somebody off guard. That's the whole point of it. But there's a flashbang for that. Gambit very well prepared here. But again, that's the danger of a team like Fnatic. These guys are just individually absolute monsters, and that's what Gambit are going to have to try to deal with. They have to slay the monsters of Fnatic.
It almost feels like Gambit are trying to avoid playing the style of game that Fnatic want to play, but they're just not getting enough done. And it seems that Fnatic know Gambit want to play a slow game, so they're just holding on to the utility that you would normally see disappear when you play a slow round. So that's not necessarily working out for Gambit. Max loss bonus, the AWPs and rifles will be on their way, regardless of the outcome of this round for the T side, but see if they can do some more damage. This time, Fnatic are holding steadfast with 2 players in the B bomb site. Mo makes it into no man's land, can take it down in isolation. Olofmeister's got problems now, players to the front of him, players to the back, and now the kills are coming in for Gambit.
They've done a great job here taking over the bomb train, but there's still a few players left here to fight back. Dennis coming in from Connector now with the AK-47, able to win the battle against Dozier. Still 3 remain though, and Zeus does have an AWP, so there's certainly a lot to be up against here for Fnatic as they take their time and they try to coordinate themselves in together as 3, as Adren also waits for the perfect timing, able to support Zeus, who has that AWP. Adren with the peeking there, trying to buy time. Hobbit once again with a Tech 9, and it's just going to be 1 player left here for the Swedish side. Can he make this happen? Going for the hold. Hobbit says no. And that's the round there from Gambit. I mean, it seems like they don't need rifles, James. Just give them some Tech 9s and a couple of smokes, and they're good to go.
Fnatic finding it hard to deal with the pistols, but you saw Fnatic made adjustments when they over-rotated in a previous round, so they are staying sharp, the Swedes, despite losing that round. Very patient play from Hobbit, concentrating on the headshot in that duel. You could see a lot of people go crazy and maybe grab their mouse too hard, but the focus was there from Gambit. They're back to winning ways. 3 snipers on the map. Crims with the MP9, that would tell me aggression, and indeed he's making his way inside the pop dog position. Definitely want to be up close with a weapon such as that. Fast fire rate, but it does fire potatoes.
Looks like Fnatic have all the players in the right positions here, and of course part of the reason is due to the aggression that Olofmeister has taken towards Ali. He's got that information, and great position there from Dennis. Can fall back. Does that commit Gambit though? Are they going to go in with this after losing a man early on? It looks like they're going to go for it. JW up close, going to whiff the first shot there as Dennis is in still a great position, and he's got JW to provide distraction for him, but it's not going to be good enough. Gambit with the entry frags here. Now it's Flusher who's the closest man, as well as Crim's coming into the flank here with that MP9. Zeus though holding him at arm's length for the Tech 9, but not for too much longer. But still, 3 players left here for Gambit on the bomb site at the moment to try to defend, and here goes Olaf with that AWP, sneaky plays over the train. Nice flick shot there from him, but Dozier with a fast response.
Crosshair was in the right place, but not quite hitting the mark. Crims, he's been beasting so far. He's got 14 kills in these 10 rounds. He doesn't have a kit though. The double peek is absolutely perfect from Gambit. Talk about communication. Really nice stuff from them. A second round. What does this do to the cash of Fnatic? Well, it is in the toilet. It is down the pan. $2,000 per person. Do Gambit have a good read of the money? Again, in the scoreboard, the players can see how many CTs they killed in each round, and that will help them determine what round to expect from Fnatic. Almost nothing bought by the Swedes just yet. Crims with a P250, and that is literally it as they leave CT spawn.
And it's so cool as well to see, Crims having good performances and so on in Fnatic again. I think everybody on the team is sort of finding themselves, and they've refound their identities. And I mean, he was always known for being one of the most efficient players and one of the best anchors in the business. And we've already seen his ability when faced with multiple opponents at once. Very capable. His pistol slowly diminishing at the moment for Fnatic. A nice little flick shot there from Mo. Also, the penetration damage will be finished off by Adrenans. This affair will soon come to a close, I think, as Gambits diligently, methodically make their way to round number 6, although it's a bit annoying there for Mo. But there it is, 6-6.
Yeah, minimal damage done, AWP saved. They will be absolutely happy with that. Finally, it seems that we will get a close train after a bumpy start for Gambit. The score is tied. No snipers on the Fnatic, and I do wonder if we'll start to see a more aggressive Fnatic now in this shape. Maybe they'll feel like they the devil on their shoulder is pushing them forward, pushing them through Ivy again. I do wonder what role JW will have in a round like this. Now he's over to his Ivy position, but Olofmeister going straight through Ivy immediately. They seem to have a good read at Gambit, just abandon this position often. I mean, Fnatic, they've had some good reads on Gambit, like Fnatic in that previous buy round they lost. They had the numbers in the B-bomb side and weren't successful, but they did make the right play.
And now it seems to be time for Gambit to make the move in towards B at the moment, but I do wonder if they'll have anything sneaky up their sleeves, whether they'll try to double back or just commit into it. Looks like there's going to be a committed play here with the smoke. Dennis with a quick play with that flashbang going straight forwards, almost gets 2 there, but denied by Mo ultimately now as we get 3 players left for Gambit. They've got to plant the bomb here. Zeus claiming ground, forward ground there. 2 frags from him. That's massive work, but Olaf's still alive and stalking through the smoke is Adren though. So smart is Adren. He knows what's up. That's Olofmeister done. And Crims, he's got nothing really left to do but to turn tail and run. He's got such low hit points at the moment, 23.
It's a 1 versus 2. He's got to go for this. The bomb's only just gone down as well. Surely someone has dropped one, but it's not going to work out for him. Gambit take the lead. I think Crims just wanted to reset the situation. He was spotted, he was exposed on the high ground. He had bullets, grenades, shrapnel flying his way. But no, that is the 4th round in a row for Gambit, and it's a tactical timeout from Fnatic. Their momentum has suddenly gone, the swing is broken, and they'll try to fix it in these 30 seconds. Great bursting by Zeus, lovely second kill from him as well. Adren staying close to the smoke again. When a T side chooses to push through B, one really good thing to watch is the T player who goes near connector, what he chooses to do. Some will try and make a play into connector, some will try and make it beyond towards the CT side of the train yard, and some will just stay around that smoke or on the slope if there isn't a smoke there. Adren chose to stay around the smoke, so he would have an advantage if a CT went through it. Got a free headshot, saw the last player as well, pretty much won the round for his team from that point, unless Crims has a nice 1v2 clutch, but it wasn't to be. Fnatic on the pistols. It's their turn to head towards maximum loss bonus. Adren with the AWP rather than Mo. That's curious. Maybe spawn based. Indeed it is. He's going to swap around now and everything goes back to normal.
But we know the pistols are very dangerous in the hands of the Swedes. Dozier looking for this though. Really nice stuff there. Very cognizant as Dozier now looks for perhaps a trade fragger to come into play. A nice smoke in this position and trying to open up Ali. Wow, with the CZ spraying through the smoke. Flusher, of course, getting the kill. Lovely stuff. And now Zeus doesn't have anyone to play off of here, so he's got two angles to be worried about because they could always just push the smokes. You have to be very careful about that. Yeah, it's awkward for Zeus. He can hold this angle and be relatively safe, but there's an AK on the floor around the corner. He doesn't want them to collect it, but now he's got no choice. And you can see he just dives around the corner as fast as he can, does his best. Three frags in 1 second. Crim's making it a fourth. JW got a quick 2, but who knows what the hell just happened. It did seem a bit scrappy the way their approach to Ivy. I mean, maybe they thought it was just USP or something, but it did seem a bit scrappy from Gambit. Yeah, I mean, Gambit just tried to go through Pop Dog and teammate at the same time, and just look at this. Oh man, just coming in from above there, dropping down from the top of the train. That is some good timing, if ever I've seen it, from JW, and that is certainly a bit disappointing for Gambit, but they have 7 rounds on the board still, so really competitive game of train at the moment between these two teams, and we see once again the double ops come into fashion here for Fnatic, as JW and Olofmeister hold on to those, and Olofmeister, he's been playing, making so many plays by himself at Ali, and this round is no different. Look at all the info he's got.
It's almost like it's CT territory. It's familiar to him, like an old friend. Smokes, grenades all over. This is Bedlam. Ivy was left exposed for the most part, but Flush is the one to get the 2K rather than Olofmeister, who's playing in the IB position. Many Fnatic players around the train. It seems perhaps Gambit have lost their momentum in the last round of the first half.
I think Gambit are trying to play off a distraction from Hobbit there, dropping down Pop Dog, but that smoke slowed them down a bit too much. It makes life difficult as Fnatic aren't going to be caught off guard. They're ready now. It was a nice play from Gambit, but indeed that smoke at Pop Dog ruins all the plans of Gambit there, and Fnatic looking very, very good here for the 8th round. To close out this half. Nice frag there from Hobbit though at range, trying to go for the taps. Another one from Hobbit. He's not down and out just yet. He's got 16 points of health though, so it's going to be hard for him to win some of these engagements, and JW's in a devious position here. Close range, just the single bullet required. 8 rounds for Fnatic, 7 for Gambit. But if you look at how it started, I thought maybe Fnatic would start to run away with things, but Gambit, man, they're showing a lot of temerity at the moment.
Yeah, this it's good. It's a close. I mean, Gambit could have gone in with a lead had not been for that half by round from Fnatic. But here we are, all to play for. Fnatic off to the T side, and you can see that JW has been one of the heavy hitters in the first half, along with Crim's. Crim's up there with 16, leading the server at the moment. There's a good average of kills on Gambit, but they don't want to be average in this half versus Fnatic now, who will be able to set the pace. And they'll be playing with confidence, Fnatic. The amount of times they were able to trespass into what is normally T territory in the first half will only boost their confidence moving into the second pistol rounds. Crims and Flusher with grenades. Zeus will be carrying the smoke and defuse kit. Everybody else on Kevlar.
Yeah, I love all these grenades from Fnatic. You wouldn't often see it like in an online match or something, but here they obviously have quite the plan, using those grenades to give them ample coverage to at least secure a bomb plant, but some kills would be lovely as well. A nice tag there coming in. Mo desperately weak, and the bomb will go down. Fnatic with a very strong opener, but it's a pistol round, and it can all change in the blink of an eye as we see still 5 players standing for Gambit.
Mo and Dozier trying to double peek, but Mo gets taken down, but Dozier will avenge the kills, and now it's down to JW. Smoke and defuse comes in. He is not making it there in time, and I think he realizes it. Wax on, wax off. He can save his Kevlar, try and get some extra money. He'll do exactly that. Picks up another pistol as well, but the pistol does go to Garrett. That's a huge round for the CT side.
Yeah, that means 2 pistol rounds won by Gambit, so definitely a struggle in that sense for Fnatic. Now how will Gambit approach their CT side? We saw Fnatic were really, really passive, allowing Gambit on their T side to sort of just play the field and then react. Gambit might have a similar approach in mind. Of course, we have the full save here for Fnatic. They want the AK-47s in the following round. So this should be quite an easy one here for Gambit. Zeus starting things off well. Quick 2K for him, making some money with that SMG. And Hobbit will continue the trend as well. And it's almost all over, and we can get into the real business here when the AKs come into play.
Mr. Stock Knife Flusher. It's been spotted, and surely it's a matter of time. Cheeky grenade, but the god Dozier will finish things off with the UMP. Nice money bonus for him. Most of the Gambit side went for rifles, including the scouts onto Mo, and those rifles continue. So it seems Mo will keep the scout in his hands. Should the worst happen for Gambit, he could buy with his team in the next rounds. 5 AKs from Fnatic, reasonable amount of grenades. So let's see just how aggressive they can get.
You'd normally expect it with those AKs. It's always a comfortable round when you get them into those open spaces of the A yard. But we've got some forward positions here to try to maximize the effectiveness of these SMGs from Zeus. He's making a lot of noise. They're jumping around, running around as well. Mid-Pat's trying to bait a peek and then tosses the nade up. A nice idea from Zeus, however, it's not going to really yield all that much for him just yet. And Fnatic starting to wander down towards the B side of the map with Olofmeister just pressuring towards Ali, and that's really important because it makes it very hard for Gambit to read what this round's going to be. But here it is, the entry from Fnatic into the B sites. Adren will be able to get the first kill, but the quick trades make life quite difficult for Gambit.
Dozier repositioning, but he can't get anything done in that situation. Some advantages with the CT. So Molotov will try to force Crims out into the open, but the smoke is there. He can hold his position. Flusher getting taken down. T still on the high ground. There's a flank coming in from Olofmeister, and he better move quick because Dennis is alone on the site. No Molotov or any other shenanigans, and there are smokes for Gambit. 2 of the 3 players with kits. They could go for a hero defuse for the flank on Olofmeister.
What will seem like endless buy rounds, and this was the way that Gambit turned things around. The Tech 9s and the grenades. Let's see if it works as well for Fnatic.
JW is only 22 years old. The man has hit.
He can't allow Fnatic to take away too many weapons, and there's an all the timing. Dozier though coming back into the angle at the right time. However, it's just going to be one frag for him, and we can see Olofmeister picks up the AWP. We've got AKs collected as one M4, so Fnatic, that's exactly what they had to do. But Gambit, they're going all in, James. All the chips are going across the line. We got double ops from Mo and Adren.
So he is dropping some cash for his team. What a great spray from Olofmeister. That is sexy stuff. Sit close. See Mo, he's sit close. He's been sorry, Hobbit, he's been feeling the emotions.